Hi, you guys. I want to share a quick tip with you today of how I deal with when physical ailments and things pop up in my life, kind of how I deal with them, because I like to deal with them, not just the physical, but also the emotional causes of my physical stuff. Now sometimes physical ailments pop up and it's like, okay, I know why I'm feeling that way, like I stubbed my toe and that's why my toe hurts. Although some people even think that that has emotional reason behind it, that you unintentionally stubbed your toe, or subconsciously stubbed your toe for an emotional reason. But a lot of the time, when headaches just kind of pop up, or other physical stuff, maybe rashes show up, and there's usually an emotional underlying kind of energetic cause to that. The theory is that a lot of our emotions trigger physical things. They manifest as physical stuff within our lives. So if we don't deal with some sort of emotional thing for a while, it then manifests into a physical thing. It's important to listen to our bodies. And I have found that a lot of the time when you look at sort of a physical thing that you have going on, and then you look at the emotional and the spiritual and the energetic things behind it, you can usually pinpoint oh my gosh, yeah, I have been avoiding this, or this is a big emotional thing that's been going on with me. I can see why this manifested into the physical. So what I like to do is, when something pops up, I like to go to my resources. So for instance, right now I had a migraine for 4 or 5 days in a row, which isn't anything new. This comes and goes for me. But then yesterday my ear kind of popped and I'm having kind of difficulty hearing out of my ear. And I'm hearing a whooshing sound, which is basically, it's tinnitus. Tinnitus can also be ringing in the ears, or a whooshing sound. But so I instantly thought, okay, what is going on with me emotionally? Also, side note, I do want to say that I'm not saying that if something physical pops up or even emotional for you, and you're concerned, go to the doctor. Don't just be well, let me look emotionally and see why I'm having this. No, if something major is going on with you, please go to the doctor. If after me dealing with my ear thing, if it doesn't help, sorry, move the kitty. If this doesn't help and this gets worse or doesn't get better with my holistic healing modalities, I'm gonna go to the doctor. So I wanted to throw that out there. Okay, so first of all, when something's going on with me physically, I like to tie it into one of the 7 main chakras, because our 7 main chakras govern different physical aspects of our bodies. Our throat chakra governs a lot of our respiratory system, our throats, and our hearing. So, because I have been having the issue with my hearing, I know that it's most likely related to my throat chakra. So perhaps I'm not listening to somebody, or I'm not listening to myself, or maybe I'm not speaking enough, or you could be speaking too much. That's up to you to kind of look at well, what's going on with that chakra and why could that be manifesting into something physical. The next thing I like to do is I usually turn to one of 2 books. So we have You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. This is a very old version. And then we have Feelings Buried Alive, Never Die. And this is by Carol Trueman. Both of these books are really good because they talk about how our feelings and our emotions can manifest into physical stuff. This book also goes into kind of a little more science. I don't want to say it's too much science, because I'm not a huge science book person, but it definitely does talk about a little more in depth of how our emotions play factors into our lives and how feelings can really impact our lives. But both of these books, they have little sections where you can look up physical stuff, and then it lists a probable cause to that. So I looked up migraine headaches, unable to flow easily with life, want to change things at own pace, dislikes being pushed, inability to handle pressure, pushing to control, wants to control. I also looked up tinnitus, because that's what the thing is with my ear. And it's refusing to hear one's inner voice, not wanting to listen to higher laws. And then I also looked up ears, which corresponds with understanding, hearing and understanding, intolerance, impatience, feeling nobody is listening to you, or that you don't want to listen to others. So I'll look that up and I'll be like, okay, so that's why I'm feeling this way, or, you know, and it usually makes sense to me. I'll usually be like, okay, yeah, I know exactly what that's relating to. And then here for the Louise Hay book, it's kind of the same thing. I looked up, where'd it go? I lost my page. Okay, migraine headaches, dislike of being driven, resisting the flow of life. I also like this book, the Louise Hay book, because it includes some affirmations, and I love my affirmations. But anyway, so you can look up the emotional reasoning behind why you might be feeling the way that you're feeling, and then you can start to work through that. You can start to journal. You can choose oils or crystals to work with to help with those emotional things. Sometimes you may read like the cause for something and you may be like, I don't understand, like where in my life am I being impatient or something. Here, like let's look up. Okay, tinnitus, refusal to listen, not hearing inner voice. If you're not really sure what am I not listening to, you can pull some cards, pull some tarot cards or oracle cards and be like, where in my life am I refusing to listen, or what am I refusing to listen to? How can I hear my inner voice better? You know, use these prompts that they give you as oracle card prompts or tarot card prompts. The same with, okay, let's look here. We have, okay. Hearing problems in ears. Okay, so ears. Impatience. Where am I being impatient in my life? Why do I feel nobody's listening to me? So these are things that you can just kind of turn the little explanations that they have here into questions that you can ask the cards, and then use those as prompts to help you journal or to release things or to work on things in an energetic, emotional way. And then because this is a physical thing, I mean, we aren't just a physical body, we aren't just an energetic body, we aren't just a spiritual body, we need to work with it all together. So while I'm working on the emotional causes behind why I'm having these physical things, I then like to use a book like this, The Essential Life. I turn to my essential oils for everything, you guys. I don't just like talk about oils like as on a whim. Like, I love oils and I use them for everything. So not only when I have like emotional, spiritual stuff going on, but when I have physical stuff going on as well. So I'll turn to this book. This is the Essential Life book, and this is geared towards doTERRA oils. But this book has everything. But so I'll look in the back of the book, because they always have, a same kind of thing, like a list of like anything that you could be going through. So I looked up tinnitus, which was in here. And then I turn to the corresponding page, and it has this handy chart here, and it shows you the types of oils that you can use, also like the best way to use it, like aromatically or topically. And I looked up tinnitus because that's my primary concern right now. So the migraines, those are done and over with, so that is something that I could work on emotionally, because that was something that was an issue recently. But currently, physically right now, I'm dealing with the tinnitus. Which I actually feel like I'm yelling at you guys because it's kind of hard to hear out of this ear. And it lists some oils to use. So it has 5 different oils here. And I'll usually just kind of see which oils stand out to me. And so for this one right now, the basil, the cypress, and the juniper berry are really standing out to me. So those are good for tinnitus. So I'm going to make up a small little blend for myself of those oils, and I'm going to apply them to my ear. So I'm going to apply them on the outside of my ear here and behind my ear and kind of down my throat. You never want to put essential oils in your ear, like in the ear canal. And so that's what I'm going to do to take care of this physically. And then I'm always about like, let's get the most bang for our buck kind of thing. So while I'm applying this oil physically, I'll probably say some sort of affirmation. Like, I listen to my higher self, I feel heard, I listen well to others. Like, I'll say some sort of affirmation to help with the emotional stuff while the oils are helping with the physical stuff. So that is my tip on how to handle your physical and emotional bodies together. And I hope that helps. All right, bye guys.